A lot of my clients are eating enough food, but not enough protein. And it basically comes down to one simple reason. Plant-based sources of protein don't contain enough grams of protein in comparison to what animal-based proteins offer. So it just means that someone who's relying on plant-based sources need to eat a larger volume of food to obtain a similar amount of grams of protein compared to someone who is happy to have animal-based protein products. Now, the biggest caveat here is not all vegetarian sources of protein are equal. Amaya, a dietitian and nutritionist and founder of Nutrition Revitalized, come along with me today to look at different sources of plant-based proteins, and by the end of this video you'll have a good understanding around how to prioritize these proteins and how to combine them for best benefits. So firstly, let's look at why protein is important. The main reason why everyone has a minimum requirement for protein is that it's the building blocks of your muscle. It's very important for strength, to reduce falls if you're a lot older. When someone has an infection, their protein requirements are a lot higher. If you're someone who exercises frequently or is quite active, then your protein requirements are higher as well. While I'm not able to provide a specific target for the general audience, what I can say is that the minimum protein requirement for an adult is going to be 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. So it's wise to try and spread this requirement across the day for best absorption, and also protein gives you a sense of satiety. So when that's actually present in each meal, you're also going to optimize your chances of meeting a requirement, but also it's going to keep you full for longer. So it serves two purposes. Now that we've looked at the quantity of protein that you need, let's also look at quality, because that's the main difference between animal-based products and plant-based products. Now, your protein source is considered complete if it contains all 9 amino acids. And all of these 9 are essential because they serve different purposes in your body. For example, hormone production, fighting infections, building muscle. And your body can't make any of these 9. And so it's reliant on food sources to obtain these for essential functions. Now, animal-based products are complete proteins, whereas plant-based sources are not always complete proteins, with the exception of a few. We look at the top few protein sources that a vegetarian can rely on, and which ones to prioritize, and which ones are a complete source of protein. First up, we've got dairy products. So anything like milk, kefir, yogurt, cheese are great sources. And another one would be egg. In terms of plant-based products, soy has a complete amino acid profile, so soy and its derivatives, so for example edamame beans, tofu, tempeh, soy milk, are all great sources of protein. So all of this fit within the first tier of high quality proteins, and that's basically because they've got a high amount of leucine, which is one of the amino acids, and this is very important for muscle protein synthesis. So what this means is it's going to help with converting the protein in your diet into muscle in your body. But basically, it's a key trigger for your body to use the protein you're consuming most efficiently. With our second tier proteins, these contain a lesser amount of leucine per 100 grams of product. So for example, quinoa, buckwheat, so technically whole grains, contain a little bit of protein, and that's what fits within this category. Green peas and spinach are probably one of the few vegetables that actually contain a significant amount of protein. And you might have seen green peas being used to make protein powders as well. Other great options are lentils, chickpeas, fava beans, and other legumes and pulses. And you also definitely want to consider nuts and seeds, which are a protein powerhouse as well. And a lot of these are used to make protein powders as well, like hemp seeds, flax seeds, and legumes. When you start relying on nuts and seeds as your source of protein, you definitely need to keep in mind that it also contains an equivalent amount of fat. So if you do have weight loss goals, this might interfere with that. So try and incorporate a variety of protein, because remember that these are whole foods. They don't contain just protein alone. For example, when you have things like lentils, you're also getting lots of B vitamins along with the protein. So with the second tier proteins that that we've spoken about, try and pair them with the first tier proteins, or you could try and pair them with a bigger variety within the second tier. For example, if you were to have some nuts, instead of just having cashews on its own, try and have it with walnuts and almonds so you get a different combination of nutrients. I'll put a link down below on a table to vegetarian sources of protein, and next time when you think about protein, just don't think about the quantity on its own, but also the quality.